Let us check the YouTube. All right, here we are. Okay. Hello, my loves, and welcome to the Carter Love Talk Show. Now that you guys got a chance to see me with my glasses on, I'm going to go ahead and take those off. So, tonight's episode is a little different than what we normally do. Um, I wanted to take the opportunity, since we don't have a guest today, to let you guys know what's coming up. The new year is coming. Y'all know, if you follow me, you know I count November 18th as the new year. We're going to go ahead and put some oil on these hands before I keep talking because I don't like the way they're looking right now. But anyways, New Year is coming, and so definitely want to let y'all know what's coming up. See, that's how you know I needed some oil. You hear that sound? This cold air is not loving my hands right now. But anyways, so with the new year, there are going to be some updates. I also want to just kind of break down the talk shows, the different talk shows, and let you guys know what new services we have and all the things. But before we dive into that, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that little bell so you can be notified every time I post a video. So this is the Carter Love Talk Show. This is oof, maybe like my fifth podcast. I like to distinguish this from a podcast because I like to, in my mind, it was gonna be more fancy. Like I was gonna have like a whole studio, and we was gonna meet up in person, do interviews and all the things. But we're not there yet. And that's okay. So sorry. I'm preparing for my birthday. That's why my hair is like this. Anyways, so talk show. The Carter Love Talk Show is all about inviting people to this channel to for me to do interview them. I want you guys to see them the way I see them. We see them show up in the world, in their business, or maybe they're speakers or models or photographers. And of course, those are businesses, but maybe that's all we see them as. I see them on a deeper level from the connections that I've had or just watching their journey. And so I invite them to come here so that you guys get to see them on a deeper level and you get to connect with them and just learn a little bit more about them. The reality is, in this day and age, everyone is doing the same thing to some degree, right? You probably know like 5011 nail techs, you know what I mean? Or girls who, what is it called? Estheticians, right? But who do you go to? You go to whoever's energy you like, whoever you can resonate with, whoever you relate to, whoever does it the best, right? So those are the people you gravitate towards. And so it's important that I introduce you guys to these wonderful human beings so that you can make the right choice. Okay. The right choice is going to be someone who's been a guest on the show, in case you didn't catch that. So that is what this talk show is about. It's awesome because this is consistent podcast that I have. I didn't think that I was going to dive into having a talk show with guests. It was something that I wanted to do, but it was something that I was also afraid to do. So I'm grateful that I dove into that. The after hours is less structured, more laid back. We have our little drinks, we can eat, we can chill, we talk about everything, literally. um Anything that comes to our mind, anything that comes up in the comments. Of course, we move with discernment and we only, speak on topics that we want to speak on as far as individuals go. But for the most part, we talk about a little bit of everything on there. It's really laid back, really fun because we get to engage with the audience. Whereas on Monday nights, there's already set questions. And sometimes if there are questions in the comments, I will kind of filter them into the interview. So that's Monday night and that's Friday night. But this month in November, starting Wednesday, um, we will be bringing back Beautifully Imbalanced. So the Beautifully Imbalanced talk show, the name it's like my brand name for everything. Let me see. It started with the podcast. Then it went to, dang, did it start with the podcast or the book? Which one came first? I think the podcast. So I was watching this guy. His name is Christo. He's all over YouTube, so go check him out. He's awesome. So I was watching this guy. I just got oil on my book. And he was teaching us how to, it is what it is at this point. He was teaching us how to find your brand, what your brand is, like in a two-letter word. Oh my God. A 2-word sentence or whatever you want to call it, right? So he says, list all the negative things about you and then make it positive. I chose imbalance because one, I literally have a hormone imbalance. 2, I have mental health issues, which we talk about on Beautifully Imbalanced. And then there's this thing. So many of you know I wear mini crowns. And so you're going to learn a little bit about that on this episode. I wear mini crowns. And because I wear mini crowns, when I try to explain to others what I do, they want to put me in a box. And so they're like, you got to pick one, you got to pick one, you got to pick one. So in their mind, I'm imbalanced because they can't wrap their brain around me. And that's okay. So I chose Beautifully Imbalanced. And so my podcast is called Beautifully Imbalanced. And I have about 4 of them. Let's count them, shall we? Beautifully Imbalanced is the original one. That podcast, I talk about my trauma. Literally, I talk about my trauma. I talk about how I've healed from it, how I'm overcoming. I talk about boundaries. I talk about grieving. I talk about the different types of grieving. I talk about boundaries, grief, trauma. Those are the main 3. There's something that I'm missing, but I talk about all of those things. So that is definitely like one that you kind of take in bite-sized pieces unless you're like ready to go all the way in, right? Then there's Beautifully Imbalanced Poetry. So this is my poetry book called Beautifully Imbalanced. This is the very first one. You see all that oil on there? What did I do? Anyways, this is just the sample book anyways. You see this big old sample label across the top. This is Rebirth 30. So basically my poetry book is about it's just poems that I wrote throughout that year, a collection, but you get to see where my mind was in different parts of the year. The dates are in there and everything. It's kind of like a diary. And so book 2 will come out this year, November 18th. So book 2 will be all about rebirth. Sorry, not rebirth. This is Rebirth 30. 30, my year 31. I label my years. So year 30 was Rebirth 30. Year 31 was Unleashed and Elevated 31. And the third book will be called Total Acceptance 32. So be on the lookout. This book is already available on Amazon, but yeah. So I have Beautifully Imbalanced Poetry. That's where I read these poems and other poems that did not make the book. Also, so I have this collection of short stories or poems. I even have a story, and they'll be labeled in the comments. In the description, it'll be labeled Sophia Unveiled. Those are my more like risque writings. And so I will read them on there. You are going to get a kick out of those. Now, unfortunately, the Sophia Unveiled series is only on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. They're too risque for YouTube, but the other poems are on YouTube. So Beautifully Imbalanced Poetry is on YouTube. Again, if you are listening to this, it's in YouTube Music as well, so you can listen to it or you can watch it. But the poetry, I don't have video for poetry yet. So that's Beautifully Imbalanced Poetry. We have Beautifully Imbalanced Affirmations. So there's affirmations. There's one strictly for affirmations, and that will grow as requests come in because people ask for affirmations. Sometimes people ask for specific personal affirmations, so I don't like to record those and put them out there. So there's that. Then their fourth one is The Diary of a Beautifully Imbalanced Girl. Those are my personal audio journals. So some of them are slightly edited. They're very raw. So like sometimes if I'm doing an audio journal, my kids are fussing in the background. They got school going in the background, or they're watching a show or whatever. So link StreamYard, please, 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 please. Oh, that's so funny. So sorry, I read a comment, it popped up. So anyways, I lost my train of thought. So for the podcast episode, for Beautifully Imbalanced, those are also, for The Diary of a Beautifully Imbalanced Girl, those are on YouTube as well as those other platforms I mentioned earlier. Right now, we're only focused on YouTube. The only thing you cannot get on YouTube that is mine as far as a podcast goes is the Sophia Unveiled episodes, because they get banned. They get cut off. The story that I'm reading on there, and the story that I'm reading on there, and then the poems, they get banned. But anyways, those are all going to be on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon, and then iHeart. Girl, I forgot I'm on iHeart. I'm on iHeart as well. That's where the podcasts are. So those are the Beautifully Imbalanced podcast episodes. So there's a lot you can find here on the Carter Love Network. I forgot to add that to my listen, y'all. I'm gonna add that to my to-do list. This is the raw Carter Love. This is how we do it. Okay. But I got to write this down because I forgot, because of these new changes, I do need to update my YouTube graphics. YouTube. But anyways, so here on the Carter Love Network, you can find it all. Eventually we're going to have, I don't know about that. Let's not say that yet. But anyways, so those are the podcast episodes, and that's the meaning behind Beautifully Imbalanced. I was supposed to say this earlier. I seen it. It's in my notes. It says fun fact. So the fun fact is, I wanted the Carter Love Talk show to be lightweight, like a news. Like, I come in, I start, I say, I'll tell y'all how my week went. We talk about the news. So the news would be like what upcoming events are happening between Sacramento and the Bay Area. We talk about what we showcase a business, and then we have a talk, right? And then we close out the way we always do, with affirmations and updates. Not updates. Yeah, that was how it was supposed to be originally. Now it's more just we get straight to the interview. We talk about what's next for the guest, and then we talk about who's coming on next, and then we do our affirmations. So as we grow, we'll see how things change. I'm looking forward to it. I used to be very resistant to change. Adjusting was a challenge. But I'm grateful that I am growing and learning, and I'm grateful that I have you guys here to grow and learn with me. I want to share, since I've already shared the book with you guys. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I did this. I'm usually a lot more careful. That's crazy. But anyways, this is the book that you guys purchase on Amazon. Oh my God, it's just so bad. It's so bad. This is not good advertisement, you guys. Don't come for me. My oil is healing, I promise. You just don't put your hands on a book afterwards. The one that you purchase will have a QR code right here that will take you straight to the poetry podcast, so that way you can listen to the poems. The poems will be added throughout the year, though. So there's about let's see. Well, each poetry book. Okay, this poetry book has 30. But it also has an intro and an outro. The next poetry book will have 31. because it's my year 31. And then it'll have an outro. I don't know if it'll have an intro. But yeah, it has a dedication. It's cute. It has my little picture on the outside. I think it has a picture on the back too. Let's see. Self-published, baby, on Amazon or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it does have it has an ending page as well. But anyways, so that's one of our merch. That's one of the products available, if you are a big Carter Love Talk Show. Because I wonder if this fits out. So I cut the back off of this because, baby girl, I wear a big puff normally or something. It don't fit. That's what I'm saying. It's the point that I'm trying to make is it don't usually be fitting. Let's see if it fits now with this little ponytail on. Okay, well, you want something or whatever, you know what I'm saying? The Carter Love Talk Show, Deshae Carter. So we got the merch available on CarterLoveLLC.com. So we have this. I got my little, we have our clothing. It was supposed to be hung up, but it was too high hung up. Anyways, we got our clothing. So this is the big for those of you who, whatever it means to you. For me, this brand, this collection, because there's more than this collection was all about not suppressing who I am and showing up big, allowing myself to be big, beautiful, and bold. And that's my reminder. So any day when I feel, I sometimes have those days, it's usually, when the moods are swinging. I have those moments where I feel it's actually, there's a poem in this book and it talks about it. I feel disposable, right? This shirt, I throw this shirt on. I also like it because it's oversized. So if I'm having like a bloat day, because I be having it. If I'm having a bloated day, I don't have to worry about how the shirt is uncomfortable. I can just focus on the message because this is an oversized shirt. And I think I bought it like a size or two big so that it could be extremely oversized. Don't come for me. So anyways, this is my reminder to show up in the world big, to take up space, and to be true to who I am. And so that's what these shirts are for me. That's how they help me. I also have the little shorts on here. Check that out, baby. Carter Love. Yeah. What's funny is at first the rose, I love symbolism. The rose was always just so pretty to me, and roses symbolize love. So Carter Love. And I'm all about self-love. The brand is all about self-love and enhancing that self-love and just showing up big and bold, but loving you, right? But the rose kind of like doubled as another message, because as I began sharing my story through my poetry, that was what kept coming. Well, what people kept phrasing to me is this, the song by Tupac, Concrete, Rose Concrete. Y'all know what I'm talking about though. So I think even Tiana Taylor had a song with the same reference, but the rose that grew from concrete, you know what I mean? And it's just so beautiful. So it's like a double meaning for me. Honestly, I'm like obsessed with that collection. I have of the sweats and the what is it called? Windbreaker. Listen, I'm fasting, so my mind is moving at a slower speed than normal. So y'all bear with me, okay? Anyways, I got the collection, baby. I got the bag and everything. So those are some of the merch. This is that bag that I always be posting on Instagram. Look at it, my tote bag. I made a bigger one because this one is not big enough for me. I have more bags coming too. I just like to order them and test them out before I present them to you guys. So there's a lot of merch that will be coming out soon. The oils are already available. I love my oils. The labels are going to change, you guys. You heard it here first on the Carter Love Talk Show. No, I'm just kidding. I love saying that. It's so fun. But the labels are going to change because I don't like that you can look at this and not be able to read it. But the product will remain the same. I'm obsessed with this one. Restoration is probably my favorite oil, but I will not lie. Is it this one? It's not this one. It's Gold Nectar, but I don't think I have a bottle. Gold Nectar is the best seller. It was called Hair Stimulant Gold previously. That was my best seller. Now Radiant is my best seller, and it smells so good. It smells like peppermint with a hint of citrus because it has orange. That's literally what it is. It's peppermint. And this is my bottle because the label fell off. Don't judge me. I stuck it on wrong and then oil got on it and I couldn't put it back on. Listen, us, work from home businesses, we be going through it. But the product is amazing. There's so much love that goes into those products, and that's why I love supporting small businesses, which is why this channel, this talk show was created to some degree. So anyways, new services, and then we're gonna close out because baby, I gotta go take care of myself. No, really, honestly, what I'm gonna do is clip some clip some stuff for this for the channel. But back on new services coming up. So we've talked about the different podcasts that we have here. We've talked about the merch that we have here. Now the new services that we have, in case you were wondering, those other crowns that I wear, is commercial branding. So I have added the service of websites. So I do website development. I also do coordinating those photo shoots, whether it's for branding, or for something else. So whether that's concept development, creative direction, or just coordinating the whole shoot for you all together. I do those things. I also will teach you how to utilize those images for your business or for your brand after they've already been taken. What else? Consulting as well. I think those are the new ones. Like, I don't know. I don't know what you guys know. So if you go on the website and you scroll to the bottom, you can hit the commercial branding tab. It'll have everything that I do on there. So it'll have, like I said, the consulting. The website development is not on there yet. It's only on my Fiverr. So that's my task for this week, is to add all these new products on there. Excuse me. Oh, that's the new service. Instagram cleanup. Okay. Instagram cleanup is a service that I'm now offering, because some of these business Instagrams need the cleaning up. Also, if you are my website client, then and you we will add it on as like a smaller fee for the website cleanup. I mean, the Instagram cleanup, so that there's alignment between your Instagram and your website, so people can see the legitimacy in your business, and the aesthetics are aestheticing, and people are like, yes, I want to buy from them. Yeah. So those are some of the services that we offer at carterlovellc.com. So that's concept development, creative direction, full commercial branding service, also website, Instagram cleanup, and design. And I feel like I'm missing some, but I promise you everything, just about everything is listed somewhere. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. Go to the website, scroll to the bottom. The footer menu will let you know what's what. All the details are in there, and the other services will be added by the end of the week. I think that's everything on the list. Those are the new services. And yeah, so let's talk about next week's episode. Let's talk about the episodes for the Carter Love Talk Show in November. Okay, since we're here, we might as well. Okay, so this is the news episode, just updates, because we gotta let y'all know what's going down or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now, the first guest, amazing, very wise woman, love her to death. She's going to share her testimony with us. One of my favorite things that I've learned from this woman is about boundaries. And we talked about boundaries, and we talked about it more so it started with my connection to church, right? And we were talking about, why I left church and things like that. And so she was saying, you have walls up, and that's what you're calling a boundary. You have walls up. What you need is gates, right? We need a gate with a door that you can open and close, right? Because there are some people that are supposed to be on the other side of that gate, but there are some people who are supposed to be closer to you. And that was one of like the most powerful messages that I received, because when you're healing from specific traumas, it is easy to put your walls up. But the reality is, you're not just blocking other people out, you're blocking yourself out, which is where this came from as well. Because when I started showing up big and beautiful and being true to myself, I was able to get to know myself on a deeper level. And then I was falling in love with myself so much so that the boundaries kind of came naturally. The gates came naturally. I have a row of gates, and there are certain people in different rows, and they're only going to get so much access to me according to how I see fit, because I get to make that decision. So anyways, love her, love the messages that she brings. I love the wisdom. I love the lessons that she shares with me from her healing. Her name is Lauren. And so she's going to be the next guest, the first guest in November. So her episode is coming November 10th. And then I'm going to be interviewed by one of our amazing team members, Ja. He's going to interview me on the 17th, which is the day before my birthday. So there's a lot of like little symbolism and nice stuff going on there. So I'm excited for that interview, because the tables will be turned. And I think that episode is going to be called, what is it called? I think like the power behind the mic or something like that. I got my phone right here, you guys. I usually don't do this, but this is not your normal Monday night episode, so I can do this, okay? Gosh, stop getting on me about being on my phone. Okay, boom. You know what's funny is I'm smart. I could have just pulled it up on the screen. But anyways, so we have Lauren with Survival and Advocacy, November 10th, the special episode with me. That is the mind behind the mic. My goodness, I don't know what I was thinking. Anyways, so that's that episode. And the very last Monday will be Ray, which is also a new team member that will come on, and I will interview him. And his episode is called The Power of Touch. And that will be November 24th. Sorry. I have two people's birthday. One is the 23rd and one is the 24th. And yeah. So that will be the day after his birthday. I really hate that I just figured that out online, because I don't want them coming for me. Anyways, the 24th is actually one of our other teammates' birthday. The 23rd is Ray's birthday, but he will be coming on the day after his birthday. None of this is important, but it came to my mind as I was talking because I mentioned my birthday. So anyways, just disregard that. Anyways, so those are who are coming up next. That's what November is looking like. I'm super excited. I'm always excited though. Y'all know I love a good interview. I don't have a favorite. Like I don't have a favorite podcast. I like the interviews. I like because I learned something. I'm being taught by people that I already admire, that I've already learned from. So I'm looking forward to interviewing these individuals. And then I'm always looking forward to Friday nights. Friday nights are so unexpected. The guests come, I'll find out who the guest is that week. So Friday nights are always awesome. The conversations are always bomb. I am a sucker for a deep conversation. I can talk for hours. We have talked for hours on the After Hours show. We have talked on the After Hours show, we have talked for 4 hours. That is our longest episode, is 4 hours. You guys have to come meet us there on Friday nights, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So there's a lot of great things coming. This channel is still going to be Carter Love, but the messaging, the images are going to say the Carter Love Network, because we are growing. I can't wait to add more shows and skits and things like that. My kids want to be a part of the network, so we'll have stuff on here for them as well. I'm loving it. It's just growing so much. So I just wanted to, sorry, you guys, my eyes are dry. I took my glasses off to be cute. So my eyes are dry. Don't come for me. Anyways, so that's what's happening here on the Carter Love Talk Show on the Carter Love Network. Those are all the shows that are coming and the upcoming guests. You've seen the merch. Okay. Go to the website and go check out the merch. Go see which oils for you. Go look at the scrub. Go look at the gear. We got hoodies and sweatshirts and sweaties and stuff. Stuff is there. Like I said, don't come for me. My mind is a little different right now because I'm fasting. I'm still adjusting to. I'll be wise tomorrow. Apparently, when you fast for a certain amount of time, there's a peak where you can connect with your intuition. And I'm not at that peak yet. I'll be at that peak, I think, on Wednesday. So maybe y'all will get some of that in the Beautifully Imbalanced episode that's going to go be posted on Wednesday. So, anyways, every Monday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we have the Carter Love Talk Show where there traditionally is an interview. Today was a news update. And then Wednesdays, we will have the Beautifully Imbalanced update, the Beautifully Imbalanced podcast, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It will be posted. That will not be a live show. It's challenging to do those just because sometimes the things that I'm talking about are things that I'm still healing through, but I have lessons for you guys. So that's Wednesday nights, and then Friday nights are the we uncut. Okay. That's the After Hours Carter Love Talk Show After Hours. Every show comes on 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is it for tonight. I'm going to lock in and get you guys some more content out so you guys can get some clips from these episodes coming up. And we can move forward and elevate with one another. As always, remember that you are worthy always. I'm so grateful to have you guys. I'm grateful for these connections. And you are worthy of these connections as well. You are worthy of being seen and being heard. So if you have any questions for any of the talk shows, if you want me to ask a question to the guest, because now you know who's coming on, you can send those questions my way. If you have any questions for me to answer on the Beautifully Imbalanced Talk Show or for us to talk about on the Friday night talk show, send them my way. If there's anything you've seen us do on any other channel, any other platform, I should say, and you want that to be brought here, let me know, and we can do that in a long form instead of just the reels. Like I said, your voice, your opinion matters, and you are worthy of having that voice and speaking up and sharing that with us. You are worthy of healthy connections and worthy of being celebrated and acknowledged. You are worthy of love and connection. One of my biggest things right now that I'm reminding myself that I'm worthy is I'm worthy of living and thriving outside of chaos. And so are you. Sometimes we get in these situations or we come from a background of chaos, or we feel like, oh, I thrive, and you might thrive in chaos, but maybe you can thrive outside of chaos as well. So that was my reminder for today. So I thought I'd share it with you guys. You are worthy of thriving outside of chaos. You are worthy of thriving outside of unhealthy. It gets uncomfortable to be unhealthy when you've lived in unhealthy for so long, or even for a short period of time, but you are worthy of healthy. You're worthy of healthy connections, healthy relationships. You are worthy of connecting with yourself. And most importantly, as always, you are worthy of unconditional self-care and unconditional self-love. Until next time, my loves, bye-bye.